All right, let's jump straight into this explainer. We're unpacking the incredibly vibrant, kind of tragic-comic opening of Salman Rushdie's short story, In the South. It's just a remarkable piece of fiction that explores the really messy complexities of old age, isolation, and human connection. We're going to walk through the narrative step by step to analyze exactly how Rushdie sets the stage for a story about two men bound together by chance, codependence, and ultimately, the totally unpredictable nature of mortality.
Now, the overarching theme of the collection this story belongs to is the 11th hour. And this specific tale drops us right into an intense, completely heat-soaked South Indian morning. Here we meet our two protagonists. They are two very old men living in the literal 11th hour of their lives. Actually, they are both exactly 81 years old. The atmosphere around them is just thick with life. You've got tidal surges of traffic, prayer chants in the distance, cheap film music rising from the floor below, the shouts of children. Yet, amidst all of this bustling life, these two men are entirely absorbed in their own isolated, ancient little world on the fourth floor of their sea green building.
Rushdie drops us right into the thick of it, in media res, as they say, with this absolutely striking hook. The day Junior fell down began like any other day. I mean, talk about a signal that the ordinary is about to be shattered, right? He sets the stage for a world defined by strict routines, noting that in this neighborhood the poor are Puritans by night and day, with literally zero time for frivolity. As for the old men, well, they don't need to wait for the evening to perform the solemn rituals of their existence. Their rites happen right in the blazing morning sun, emerging onto their adjacent verandas at the exact same moment, day after day.
And the crucial point we have to look at here is the brilliant juxtaposition of these two 81-year-olds. They approach their impending mortality from completely opposite philosophical angles. Senior kicks off their daily ritual by telling Junior he looks like a man who is only waiting to die. And Junior's customary grave retort, he says that is better than looking, as Senior does, like a man who is still waiting to live. This daily bitter banter, which is delivered almost like a rhythmic duet in traditional Carnatic music, is the very heartbeat of their relationship. They are completely inescapably intertwined in their opposition.
Section 1. The Curse of V.
So, this daily banter actually builds into what the two men genuinely believe is a dark destiny, like a bizarre coincidence tying them together. You see, they share a long, unspoken Southern name. Neither of them actually cares to speak it aloud. By banishing the name, reducing it simply to its initial letter V, they make their bond invisible, but that certainly doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's this symmetrical V that binds these two opposing forces together. They are forced into a rhythmic, combative daily dialogue. Rushdie vividly describes them going at each other like ancient wrestlers whose left feet are tied together at the ankles. They echo each other in their wiry build, their nearsightedness, and even their false teeth, but they're locked in a perpetual, inescapable duel. Since they're separated in age by a mere 17 days, they simply became known as Senior and Junior forevermore.
Section 2. Senior's crowded isolation.
To really wrap our heads around this dynamic, we have to look at Senior's background. His existence is defined by an overwhelming, literally suffocating abundance of relations. I'm talking about a staggering 204 living family members. He lived a very full life. He was a former champion long-distance runner and a senior railway official. He had 6 daughters, 3 sons, and 33 grandchildren. Add in the offspring of his 9 highly successful brothers, and you get another 111 relatives. Now, to most men, this would signify an immense wealth of family and good fortune. But for an ascetically inclined man like Senior, it's a buzzing swarm of mosquitoes that brings him a permanent low-level headache. He actually tells Junior that if he had just been sterile, his life would have been so much more peaceful.
After outliving his cherished group of intellectual friends, Senior feels absolutely trapped. He's stuck in a loveless second marriage of convenience with a wooden-legged widow whom he coldly just refers to as woman or wife. And to take revenge on his cruelty, she packs their small apartment with her own sprawling family, leading Senior to cynically observe, at the end of life, nothing stinks worse than the smells of life's sweet beginning. He views the constant parade of squalling babies, the puking, the bibs, the warm formula, and the talcum powder as the ultimate annoyance. He regularly flees to Junior's apartment just to escape the chaotic love of his own blood kin.
Section 3. Junior's joyful mediocrity. Now, if we look across the dividing wall, Junior's existence is a stark contrast to Senior's chaotic, crowded household. Junior is a bachelor, a retired municipal water board clerk. His life has been delightfully uneventful, afflicted by what Rushdie humorously calls the incurable disease of mediocrity. He never traveled, he never married, and he avoids politics entirely. But despite all of this, Junior is bright-eyed and vicariously experiences the whole world through his one friend, a former colleague named DeMello. DeMello is from Mumbai, Urbs Prima in Indus, the first city in India. DeMello brings the cosmopolitan energy, the stories of slum injustices, and the wild tales of Mumbai, the legendary bitch city, right into Junior's quiet, static living room.
And the mere mention of these colorful, exotic locations completely transforms Junior. DeMello regales him with tales set in Worley Face, Bandra, Hornby Vellard, Breach Candy, and Polly Hill. He tells stories of movie stars, a madman on a killing spree in Trombay, and a heartbreaking tale of a great poet suffering from Alzheimer's who still walks the evening crowds outside Churchgate Station. Hearing these names just fills Junior's eyes with the light of a dynamic, passionate life that he never actually lived himself. Senior watches this light in Junior's eyes and, predictably, becomes furiously jealous, sulking because DeMello's visits disrupt the rhythm of his own quarrelsome intimacy with Junior.
Section 4. The 11th Hour.
This brings us to a really critical moment in their routine, the physical and metaphorical descent that forces their opposing realities to violently collide. Despite their failing bodies, every single week they undertake this monumental journey for their weekly pension ritual. They leave the apartment mid-morning, cautiously descending the stairs while maintaining a safe distance, then slowly shuffle with their walking sticks all the way to the post office. There, they proudly cash their pension slips independently. They absolutely refuse to let their younger relatives do this for them. It is a profound exercise in pride. But their cautious descent down the stairs is also a massive exercise in distrust. They intentionally stay far apart so that if one falls, he won't drag the other down. They're simply too unsteady to trust each other, recognizing that trust, too, is a casualty of extreme age.
But on the fateful day of the story, their hyper-cautious routine gets interrupted by Senior's really dark humor. Thinking about the approaching new year, he says, "Either I will die in the next 5 days, meaning that there will be no new year for me, or else a year will begin in which my end will surely come," which is hardly a thing to look forward to. Junior playfully moans that Senior's doom and gloom is literally going to be the death of him. This morbid exchange causes a bout of laughter so severe that they have to stop and pant for breath. And because they are on the stairs, this sudden laughter makes their precarious stance incredibly dangerous. And then, the ordinary day breaks. Junior falls down.
Section 5. Shadows without a shadow.
Following this fateful physical fall that alters their established routine forever, we are left with a truly haunting philosophical realization. Speaking afterward to the woman with the wooden leg, Senior finally realizes that their constant bitter bickering was actually a vital, codependent survival mechanism. He was my shadow, and I am his, two shadows, each shadowing the other. He who knew me knows nothing now, and therefore I am not known. Senior realizes that in a world where the old move like unseen, ignored shades among the busy young, Junior was the only person who truly saw him. They were mirrors to one another. Losing Junior means losing his shadow, and ultimately his actual proof of existence in the world.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with Rushdie's powerful final thought. What else is death? I mean, if being truly known by another person, even an annoying neighbor you share a cursed initial and constant arguments with, is what anchors us to life, then what else is death but the sudden loss of your only shadow? Take a second to think about who anchors your shadow in the world. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive into In the South. I hope this journey has sparked your curiosity to explore more of Salman Rushdie's masterful, layered storytelling.